Hello everyone, today we're going to make games with Python. So let's get started. Now, first of all we have to have Python installed. So go ahead and go to python.org. I'll leave the link in the description and make sure you download Python. Once you download Python, you also have to have Pygame installed. So I'll show you how to do that from the command prompt. So let's open it up. If I have Python 3.10 installed, and to install Pygame you type in pip install Pygame and let that run. As you can see, I already have Pygame installed. So once you have Pygame installed, we can get started. So let's start off by opening up our shell, and I'm gonna open up a new file. Now I already have my code in another window, so I'm gonna be copying and pasting just so it can go a little faster, and I'll explain exactly what everything is. So here we're gonna type import Pygame. This is we're going to use the module that we just installed, and this pygame.init, this says that that we're ready to use the Pygame module. Now here we're calling an object window, and we're setting it to pygame.display.setMode, and here we have a tuple 500 and 400. This is calling the setMode function of Pygame's display module, and this is basically the window that we're going to play on. So this would be the width of 500 pixels and a height of 400 pixels. Now here we're going to start off by drawing shapes. So here we're going to type in while true. So in order for the game to run, we have to have it running on a loop. So we'll type in while true colon enter, and then we type pygame.draw rect. So here we're drawing a rectangle, and here this is where we're drawing it. This is the color, red, green, and blue. Yep, red, green, and blue. This is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate, and this is the width and height. This is exactly where we're going to draw it. Window, and again, we set our window to a 500 by 400 rectangle. And here we have pygame.display update. So after all of this code is ran, we want everything to update. So let's see what happens when we run all of this. Okay, and here's our rectangle. Okay, let's look at the code over here. Okay, so again, import Pygame. We're ready to use it. Here's the object. Now this is window. This is this whole window that we have over here. Okay, set mode 500 width. Okay, and 400 length. And here we have a rectangle at inside the window, which is this window here. We have a red one. So again, the object, where we're drawing it, the color in red, green, how much red, how much green, how much blue, x and y coordinates. So x is 0, y is 0. So we start off right here. The width of the rectangle, 50, and the height, 30. Okay. Now, since we didn't write anything else, this game is going to crash if I click. But that's okay. Okay, so let's close out of here. Okay, now let's draw a couple more rectangles. Okay, so we have the same thing. Okay, we're importing Pygame. Here is we're ready to use it. All right, here's our window. Okay, now we have 3 rectangles. Again, here's the color. Notice these are different colors. This should be a red one, this should be a green one, this should be a blue one, and again the x and y coordinate, 100, 100, 150, 100, 200, 100, and the width and the height. Okay, so type this out as exactly as you see it. Don't forget the Pygame display.update, and the spacing is important too. It should do it automatically after you hit enter. After you write this while true colon, once you hit enter, it should automatically space it for you. Let's run it. Okay, so here we have 3 rectangles. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so here's our first one at the 100 and 100 x and y. So we'll go 100, 100. This is the width and the height. This is the green one, and this is the blue one. Okay, so let's close out of that. Let's draw circles now. Alright, so everything up here is the same, right? Now instead we have pygame.drawCircle. This is where we're going to draw the circle. This is the color of the circle. Okay, should be a yellow one. This is the X and Y coordinate, and here this is the radius. Now the 0 is going to tell us how the width of the pixels. I'll explain it as soon as we see it. Okay, and again, pygame.display.update. Let's run it. So notice here we have a circle that's filled in. The radius is 20, and the location, this should be in the middle of the window. 250, 200. 20 is the radius of the circle, and 0 says that we're going to fill the circle in. Let's take a look at a different circle now. Paste. Okay, so here we have two circles, two yellow circles, but instead this one has two. So let's see what this is. Let's run it. Okay, this would be the second circle right here. 2 is the width of the pixels right here. Okay, oops, but anyway, those are the two circles. One's filled in, one is not. Okay, again, the color, where we're going to draw it, the color, X and Y coordinate, the radius, and the width of the pixel that will fill in the circle. Okay, this time we'll do an ellipse. Now the ellipse are similar to the rectangle. Here, again, everything's the same up here. Pygame.draw ellipse, window where we're drawing it, the color. We have an X and Y coordinate and the width and the height. Okay, so here we should have three different ellipses, three different colors. Okay, different locations and different sizes. And let's run it. Okay, and those are the three ellipses. Okay, here's the red one, here's the green one, and here's the blue one. So I suggest you play around with these numbers, draw different shapes. Let's do another shape and close out of this. So it would be nice to draw a triangle, but unfortunately we don't have a compiled code to draw a triangle. But I'll show you how we can draw lines. So let's look at this. Again, all of the above is the same. So we're gonna say pygame.draw.line. Now this is where we're gonna draw it. This is the color. This is where the line is going to start. The X and Y coordinate of where it's gonna start. This is where the line is gonna end. And this is gonna be the width in pixels of that line. And of course we finish with pygame.update. Let's run this. Okay, so let's look at this here. So here again we should we have a white line. All of them are filled 255 in the window that we drew. 0, 0, this is the X and Y coordinate of 0, 0. This is 500, 400. So again, this is where it starts, this is where it stops, and the 1 is the width in pixels. Now let's draw a triangle. Okay, so here we're going to take three lines. Okay, pygame.draw.line, again, where we're going to draw it, the color, where it starts, and where it stops. And the true is says, do we want to connect all of the lines? Let's run this. Okay, so here's our triangle. So again, the color, where it starts, where it stops, this should be the second line, and then finally this one, the third line. Now this is a lot of lines of codes, and I'm going to show you how you can do it in a lot less. Instead of line, pygame.drawLine, we're going to write pygame.lines.draw.lines. So let's take a look at this. So let's look at this. So here, pygame.draw.lines, where we're going to draw it, the color, if we're going to connect, and these are the three coordinates that the line will go and connect. And one is the width in pixels. So let's run that. So I suggest you experiment with the codes that you just learned, draw a few shapes, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.